Hello, @ansel. If you watched Chris's video on the TFIOS event in Dallas, you may have seen some short person who was also filming that night. You can click on Chris's face to watch his lovely video again, or you can sit back and watch my take on the event, as well as the rest of our weekend in Dallas. Okay?
Okay.
So a couple Fridays ago, Chris and I took the train down to Dallas. I felt like a student taking her first train to Hogwarts, which made the experience that much more fun. After checking into the Magnolia Hotel, we braved the hot sun to stand in line for the TFIOS event, which was well over 4 blocks long by the time we got in line. You'd think this John Green guy was popular or something. Once we were inside the building, the man himself appeared on stage to the screams of thousands of people, mostly teenage girls.
What? That's crazy!
John asked us to say hi to Hank for his Vlogbrothers video. And then he introduced the cast, with Ansel Elgort as Augustus, Wolff as Isaac, and Shailene Woodley as Hazel. John and the cast entertained us with stories from the set, showed us never-before-seen clips from the film, and answered real questions from real nerd fighters.
In your real life, if there was one thing you could be remembered for, what would it be?
On Saturday, Chris and I headed to the farmer's market, where we tried, among other things, butter cakes. Like a kid in a candy store, I impulsively bought one, which, after just one bite, was too buttery for my taste. Funny thing about Dallas is, it's kind of hot. Like 90-degree, put a fountain on every corner hot. I learned very quickly to walk in the shade as I explored downtown, from the Museum of Art with its sculpture garden to Clyde Warren Park, which offered a great view of the skyline, as well as a place for families to hang out in the sun. Though how, I have no idea, because Dallas is hot. After enjoying some free wine at our hotel's happy hour, Chris and I took a bus to the Arcadia, which is a bar that has arcade games, as well as 5-foot-tall Connect 4 and life-size Jenga. It was surprisingly fun to act like a kid again, playing these games while consuming adult beverages. On Sunday, we visited Dealey Plaza, which was the site of JFK's assassination in 1963. It was a very sobering experience, standing where it actually happened and seeing the building in which that sniper stood all those years ago. That afternoon, Chris and I departed ways. He on a bus to Houston, and me on a plane back to Wisconsin. While reading about the hype around TFIOS and Entertainment Weekly, I thought back to what John said in Dallas about the way teenagers handle emotional experiences.
The thing that I love about teenagers the most is that they are able to experience emotion without irony and without trying to protect themselves from it. They have authentic emotional experiences. I know this sounds ridiculous with me, I have a tiny hat on my head. And I love that.
It made me think about the way I experience emotions now, and how often I consciously behave in order to project the image of a mature, responsible adult. Standing in a sea of passionate teenagers reminded me that it's okay to be unironically enthusiastic about a film's release, overjoyed about playing kid games in a bar, and even touched by a memorial honoring a beloved president. At a time in my life when I'm trying to figure out what it means to be an adult, it helps to be reminded to live uninhibited, without fear and with great openness. Whatever your emotions are, you're allowed to experience them fully and authentically, regardless if you're 16 or 60. That's the thing about emotions. They demand to be felt.
The stars at night are big and bright. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Don't forget to be awesome.
SpongeBob mailbox.